Alright everyone, as I promised, we got the build guide for the Grizzly Rage Shred Druid here before I go camping next week. So let's discuss the build and how it's going to work. So the build is going to lean very heavily on using the Waxing Gibbous to get that permanent 100% crit chance against your enemies, and using Blood Howl to get that crit chance against bosses that don't have ads. And you might be asking yourself, what do we need all that crit chance for? Well, what we need that for is these two aspects for the Grizzly Raid. We want to be maximizing our crit chance to reach that 200% multiplicative crit damage with the Rampaging Werebeast aspect, and the Dire Wolf aspect is so we can use Shred in our Grizzly Rage, while also reducing the spirit cost of Shred while we're in a Grizzly Rage. On our offensive items, we're mainly going to be focusing on attack speed, damage, and crit damage. And then with our defensive items, we want to be just focusing on capping our armor as well as resistances, and then also adding life where we can. In this build, we actually want to run just one other unique, and that's the Mad Wolf's Glee. We want that so we can get the extra skill ranks into Shred, so our Shred damage is at the most optimum levels and dealing the most damage. For the aspects, we're going to want Dire Wolf, Rampaging Werebeast, Unsatiated, Stormclaw, Metamorphosis, Dark Howl, Blurred Beast, and Vigorous. The best mythic unique upgrade we can get is the Ring of the Starless Skies. We can use this to replace our Blurred Beast aspect with a ring that would have the Blurred Beast, or if it has Stormclaw, we can just swap that out. Also, with the Ring of Starless Skies, we will have unlimited spirit because the spirit cost of Shred will become 0 while we are in a Grizzly Rage, so resource management will not be a problem when in a Grizzly Rage with this ring. When tempering our gear, offensively we want to focus on close damage or flat damage worst case scenario. Defensively, like I've said before, we want to focus on making sure we hit our armor cap and resistance caps and then squeezing in life wherever we can. For utility, we want Grizzly Rage duration, Grizzly Rage cooldown, and Blood Howl cooldown, as we'll need the Blood Howl to get that 100% crit chance against bosses. For our skill tree and Paragon board, I recommend you just go to our D4Planner page, which is in the description down below, and you can see how we have that spec'd out. We have it optimized to give us the best defense and offensive options here. This is what I am running. If you want to change it, obviously see what works best for you, but this is what is working best for me. So how the gameplay will work for this build, it's pretty straightforward. You'll go into your Infertile Horde, Nightmare Dungeon, Pit, anything you're running, you're going to go in there. And ideally what you'll do is you're going to try to see how far you can get without activating Grizzly Rage, as you generally want to save this for the boss. Now, if you can't save it for the boss, no problem. Activate that Grizzly Rage and you're going to just plow through any of those events, and you are going to keep the Grizzly Rage up during that whole time, thanks to the ability that every kill grants you an additional 1 second to a maximum of whatever the duration of Grizzly Rage is. Now, this is where most of your power will be coming from, so when you get to the boss fight, Shred has a lot of sustain with all the life gain it has, but if you don't have Grizzly Rage, you will find that it is not going to be doing nearly the same amount of damage until you get that Grizzly Rage online. So do note that bosses will take longer until you can get that Grizzly Rage online and ready to take the opponents down. And there you have it, the Grizzly Rage Shred Druid build guide. I hope you find it helpful. We're going to be out next week and back to streaming on the 20th, so there will be nothing new all next week. But I hope you all have an amazing day, an amazing weekend, and we will catch you all next time. Take it easy, everyone.